everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman and with Aiden English. And today on Impact or Hit, we have a good show here today. You know, um, we are getting very near to next month for In Your Bedroom will be happening. And on that show, we'll have Awana and Cody Rhodes fight for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings. Joey Styles says, well, that's right, Jonathan Coachman says. We will see Cody Rhodes and Awana for the TWF Heavyweight and World Heavyweight winnings at In Your Bedroom. And that's bound to be a good show. I can tell you one thing, Aiden English says. I think it will be a good show. You know, I don't know who's going to win between Cody Rhodes and Awana, but I hope it's going to be a good show, though. That's all I can say about that. And now today, it is also good today because today is Gail Kim's birthday, and we're gonna see her here today on Impact or or Hit. Joey Styles says, well, that is good to know. Jonathan Coachman says, well, how old is she now? 49. Aiden English says, alright, Gail Kim says, I know that I've been in a toy wrestling gathering for at least one for many years. And I know that I somehow made it being 8-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Most likely breaking the reckoning held by myself and TNA as being the 7-time TNA Women's Heavyweight Fighter. You know? And I haven't been, here lately. And I just want to say that I'm happy that it is my birthday, 49 years old, I would guess now. And this would make the year day. Now, I know I came in the 2nd month of 23rd between FYL, but I can't tell you what date though, so you gotta bear with me with that. But I do know I was one of the last TNA dolls to come to the TWF. The other ones are either getting bought through Ringside gatherings when TNA had their deal with Marvel Toys, formerly Toy Biz, either getting bought by Kmart or getting bought through Ringside gatherings, And I was the last one, I believe, and I was the nearest to the last one, So I just want to say thank you to everyone for making my birthday good, making my time in a toy wrestling gathering good. I'm not going to be leaving anytime soon. That's not happening. Oh, it's Roxanne Perez. Oh, Gail Kim. Everyone thinks you're a great wrestler. Everyone talks about you as if you're one of the greatest wrestlers, skilled wrestlers out there. Oh, look at all this cool shit Gail Kim did when she was in the MAW. Oh, look at the cool things she did in her first run in WWE, and her first run in TNA, and her 2-diff run in WWE, and her 2-diff run in TNA. Yeah, what I saw during your first 2 runs in WWE and your first 2 runs in TNA was botches, mistakes, and not really great. I mean, let's go back. You won the WWE Women's Heavyweight winnings after you spent a after you were spent a year in OVW, because yeah, in your first run WWE, they put you in OVW for a year and a half. And then you win the WWE Women's Heavyweight Winnings. And what did you do after you won it? Held it for like maybe a month and a half, and then lost it to Molly Holly, and that was it. After that, it was botches on Monday Night Raw, botches on Sunday Night Heat. You know, losing more matches, winning some in shitty ways. Didn't have really good matches, and spent most of your time either as an underling to either Molly Holly or to Trish Stratus. Oh yeah, and we know how that went. 2002 YL to 2004 YL. Then, then you were in TNA. Yeah, everybody called you good shit for that first run. 2005 YL to 2008 YL. What were you? Yeah, overseer for Jeff Jarrett, Chris Harris, James Storm. Oh, then you win the TNA Women's Heavyweight Winnings. Everybody thought you were the shit. And then after that, your two-diff run in WWE. They sent you to OVW for a year again. Then you were on SmackDown the first time, and Raw the two-diff time. You won some matches, lost some matches. Came very near winning either the WWE Women's Heavyweight Winnings or the WWE Lead Women Heavyweight Winnings. Didn't win neither of them. And mostly you were the on-screen girlfriend of Daniel Bryan, which then you were gone. Then that was it for your whole two-diff run in WWE. Thanks for coming, right? Then your two-diff run in TNA. Oh, 7-time TNA Women's Heavyweight Fighter. 1-time TNA Women's Tag Team Fighter. Put you in a Hall of Honor look. Oh, somehow you became the leadership under Force-Sitters skill dealings, a street follower, and a rider. Ha ha ha. You didn't really quite do very well. And the only grounds to why TNA kept putting the strap around you as many times as it was, because they did not build trust in anyone else. Are you done yet, Roxanne Perez? Yeah, my first run in WWE didn't quite go the way I thought it would go, you know. And yes, I was a former one-time WWE Women's Heavyweight Fighter. I was lucky as hell they even booked me to win that. And yes, need be my first run in WWE wasn't the greatest. And yes, it's true, my first run in TNA was alright. And yes, I did win the TNA Women's Heavyweight Winnings once. And it was true that my two-diff run in WWE did not quite go as well as my first run. And I could have done some good things. They could have booked me to win either any one of the winnings on Raw or SmackDown. It just never happened. And it's true that my two-diff run in TNA is where, yeah, TNA kept giving me the TNA Women's Heavyweight Winnings 7 times. But I'm going to tell you something, Gail Ken. I'll tell you something right now, Roxanne. Need be, you think that you're so great. Why? Because you've done all those things and you're only 22, going to be 22 or 23 years old. Somehow that makes you think that you're great than everyone else. Oh, I know. I knew about you. You were an ROW. You know, Booker T and Sharmell Wolfman's wrestling business. Yeah. And I know about you winning the ROW Women's Heavyweight Winnings. I know about your time in ROH when you won the ROH Women Heavyweight Winnings. And then I know about you in WWE, about how you were a 2-time WWE NXT Women's Heavyweight Fighter, a 1-time WWE NXT Women's Tag Team Fighter. But I'll tell you, yeah, you done all those cool things in a short time you did. It doesn't make you greater than anyone else. And it doesn't make you greater than me. Oh, is that right? You think that you got it in you again, Gil? To what? Win the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings for the 9th time? Because somehow, someway, you won the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings 8 times, bypassing how many times you won it in TNA. Yeah, I believe I do have one more good run in me. And I don't show up all the time. And I should be, but I don't. The main overseer of the TWF women's team when needed. So, yeah. So, Roxanne Perez, do you want to become a loser? To me? Are you frightened of a 49-year-old North Vinlander, Settlelander, 4-1 Riker, South Korean woman? Are you worried about that? No, I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about losing to a 49-year-old who somehow has double burrowship in both the settled land and the 4-1 Reichs, which a lot of folks do. You know. But I don't know at the end of the day, Gil, if that was such a wise move, because now you can, since now you don't only have to worry about income toll to the Gavr Lawmote of the settled land, but to the Gavr Lawmote of the 4-1 Reichs. Bitch about the four-setter, Donald Trump, and you bitch about the first wicker, Dustin Trudeau. I don't give a shit. All I know is I'm gonna beat you, and then that's gonna be the end of that. And then you'll go away. No one will care about you. You know, and then you can bitch about how your 2 runs in WWE weren't good, and how your 2 runs in TNA were all right. Alright, that's it, Daniel Bryan says. You know what? That gives me a good thought, Roxanne Perez. Since you fully believe in yourself, and you're not frightened of Gail Kim, who has done a lot of things in WWE and TNA, alright, didn't do them as long as you did. We'll have Gail Kim take on Roxanne Perez for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings. And you can just think of it, Gil, as your birthday gift if you do beat Roxanne Perez and become the 9-time TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter. Well, we heard from Daniel Bryan now, the main overseer of the TWF, and that means this match is going to happen, Joey Styles says. Well, I can tell you one thing, Jonathan Coachman says. Roxanne Perez is in the ring with a TNA Hall of Onlooker, and most likely might be put in WWE's Hall of Onlook one day for things she has done. John Coachman said, yeah, Aiden English says, but she done a lot more things in TNA than she did in WWE, though. But since WWE and TNA have a working deal, you never know. This match is for the TWF Women's Heavyweight Winnings. First, it is Gail Kim. And she is the TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter, Roxanne Perez. And Roxanne Perez thinks she's going to go, right after Gail Kim and knocked her down. And a body slam by Roxanne Perez on Gail Kim. And keep in mind, Gail Kim hasn't been wrestling lately. But hopefully she will become the TWF Women's Heavyweight fighter for at least the 9th time. And Roxanne Perez believes that she's going to have everything beat here. Joey Styles said, well, Jonathan Coachman says, now Gail Kim's coming back now. And we haven't seen Gail Kim in the ring in some time. but it doesn't mean she still can't go. Well, Aiden English said she withdrew from skilled wrestling and 23rd between and 20. She withdrew from skilled wrestling long time back. Aiden English says, and now she's hoping to do the Eat Defeat that she started doing in her 2-diff run in WWE, which she prolonged in her 2-diff run in TNA, Aiden English says. And Roxanne Perez is thrown right in the ring steeple, and down went Gail Kim. Roxanne Perez truly believes that she's the greatest wrestler. Pop rocks are, pop stones. You think she's gonna beat Gail Kim like that? I think she's gonna her guess coming. Joey Styles said 1, 2, and a kick out. Jonathan Coachman right now. I can tell you right now, Roxanne Perez can understand how that didn't happen. Jonathan Coachman said, "Oh, Aiden English says Gail Kim just got to Eat Defeat. Gail Kim might get lucky. She might beat Roxanne Perez and become that 9-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter." Yes, Joey said Aiden English. Yes, Joey Styles said, Gail Kim did get to Eat Defeat on Roxanne Perez. Will be enough. Well, we can hope so, Jonathan Coachman said. Let's hope it happens. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner and the new TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Gail Kim. And now Gail Kim has now won the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings for the 9th time. And she didn't think she could do it. She beat Roxanne Perez. And now she's a TWF. Now she can't stand up anymore. Stand up. And she beat Roxanne Perez. And now she's the 9-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Joey Styles says. Can you believe this? Well, no, can you believe this, Joey Styles said. Well, no, Jonathan Coachman says, I didn't think that Gail Kim was going to win, to be honest with you, because we saw Roxanne Perez beat many wrestlers. Shit. We saw Roxanne Perez beat many wrestlers, even out to be Ember Moon or Madison Rayne or either Alexa Bliss by cheating, and we didn't think, and I didn't think that, Gail Kim could do it. But then, while Gail Kim did do it, Gail Kim did do it, Jonathan Coachman says, so I'm truly happy that it happened. Well, no, to be earnest with you, Aiden English says, Gail Kim had luck. That's the only way I believe that she won the TWF Women's Heavyweight winnings. I mean, she had luck. She hit the Eat Defeat at the right time. And that's how she ended up becoming the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Aiden English says, alright, take it away now. Take it away now, Mike Lane. Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with the 9-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, Gail Kim. Alright, stand up. Alright, Gail Kim. We see you are the TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter, and you beat Roxanne Perez here today on Impact or Hit, a show, and you somehow got one of the greatest birthday gifts there ever was by becoming the 9-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Well, first off, Mike Lane, Roxanne Perez, she can talk about how she thought she was the greatest of all the TWF women heavyweight fighters. She can she can shame me and guilt me and scathe me for all the things that I said or didn't say or did or didn't do and my time in WWE and TNA. But at the end of the day, who's the TWF women's heavyweight fighter for the 9th time? That's me. Now, if Roxanne Perez thinks it doesn't reckon, I got lucky, and comes up with forgivenesses like, oh, the sun was in her eyes, her shoe was unbinded, her shoes or boots were unbinded, she wasn't ready, I'm always willing to give her another match. Well, Gil Kim, it's good to know that you have become the 9-time TWF women's heavyweight fighter, and you have now done something that very few folks thought you could do. Well, and I guess you are not worried about Roxanne Perez coming after you. No, I'm not. I just gave her to eat defeat. I beat her right here today on Impact or Hit. And if she wants to have another match with me, well, I'll just have to beat her again. Alright, good luck, Gil Kim, on being the 9-time TWF Women's Heavyweight Fighter. Well, thank you, Mike Lane. Alright, that was my talk with Gil Kim. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Mike Lane, for talking with Gil Kim here today on Impact or Hit. And that's all the time we got here for Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman and Aiden English. We hope you like Impact or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.